Hi, this is Barry J. McDonald, and in today's video we're going to have a look at 4 ways authors can build an email list. Now, as you probably know already, any author who hasn't got an email list is doing themselves a big disfavor, because basically you're just going from selling one book at a time, and you're constantly looking for more and more readers to sell your books to, rather than actually capturing those past customers you have and reusing them again with your follow-up books. But apart from that, there's other reasons why you should actually be building an email list. And one of them is a simple email to a reader can get you a review for a book. It could give you an idea for your next book. You could use a simple survey using surveymonkey.com to take a poll for book ideas. You might have a number of ideas maybe that you were going to write your next book on, but who would be the best person to ask what you should write that book on other than your audience? So this is another reason why it's very handy to have an email list of past readers that you can call on from time to time for ideas, run ideas by them to see what you should be writing next. Because at the end of the day, those are the people that are going to be buying your next book. So if you give them more of what they want, they're going to be more inclined to buy it. So it's a handy way of testing out ideas. Another reason then you should have an email list is, again, just sending people to the audiobook version of the book. You know, if you have an audio version, sometimes you will find people maybe would want to, rather than reading the book, would rather listen to it maybe on the audiobook version as well. So you can actually pick up more sales from your book by reusing that traffic of readers. And then if you have a podcast, you know, if you have a latest podcast episode, it's another way to drive traffic to that episode, to get listeners to it and to widen your audience. Again, not even just a podcast episode, but you could reuse that traffic then for maybe blog posts or things like your social media accounts, maybe your latest post on Facebook, what your Instagram feed looks like today, and maybe you can post content to videos and images in all these different places, and you can make your readers aware that they can find out more about you and get in touch and contact with you and kind of get a conversation going between you and the readers and kind of build a stronger relationship between you both. But if you're not capturing those email addresses, you're constantly running from you're constantly on the lookout for a new reader rather than actually going back to the reader that you previously had, because at the end of the day it's a lot easier to sell to your customers than it is to go find a brand new one. So in this case it's easier to actually sell to your old readers than it is actually to go find a new one. So that is one reason why you should be building an email list. Now there's various ways of doing it. One of the most popular ways is to give something away. Now you might have heard this before, but it's true. For example, if you were a fiction author, maybe a short story featuring the lead character from the book that your reader has just read, or maybe a prequel maybe to the book that they have read, or a kind of spin-off, or maybe some story that ran parallel to the story that they have read, but lock it away behind an opt-in form that if your reader wants to get their hands on it, they're going to have to give over their email address. So then for non-fiction then, you could create maybe a video course add-on that would have maybe up-to-date content, because as you know, things are always changing and it's very easy to update information maybe that was in your book that readers can go to find the latest news, topics, tips, advice and stuff like that it would take them longer to go back through and maybe download another version of the book, whereas you could just offer all this content free in exchange for an email address. You could have maybe a lost chapter, maybe content or research that you've done for the book maybe that didn't make it into the finished version, and then you could again have that behind an opt-in box. Try to make it as exclusive as possible, because people like getting their hands on things that no one else can get. We all like this kind of bragging rights where we can get something that the majority of people haven't got. So give some thought, not just into giving away something free, but something that is totally exclusive to people that are on your list, that no one else can get. Even the other readers who haven't opted into your email list can't get. So try and make it as exclusive as possible, because the more exclusive you can make it, the more attractive you can make it for people opting onto your list. And then again, locking away some of the content on your site or your blog. You know, it doesn't matter whether it's fiction or non-fiction. If you lock away something, you know, they can get full access to it, but only if they hand over their email address. You know, you could write maybe a short story based on one of the characters in your book, but cut off the story maybe halfway through and leave it as a cliffhanger. And again, you know, offer the rest of the story only through an opt-in. Now, so you might think, well, a lot of people are going to kind of be peed off by not being able to read the full story. But at the end of the day, if they are your genuine readers and are enjoying the content that you're giving out and want to read more of your stuff, you know, there's no reason why they wouldn't give over their email address to find out and for you to keep in touch with them. You could do your version of a DVD extras on the book. You know, maybe you could put together maybe some video or content maybe that you use to create the book. You know, for example, if you were doing a fiction piece, maybe it could be all the character sketches that you have. It could be maybe photographs or illustrations of maybe landscapes, you know, buildings, clothes, something that, you know, all went into how you created the book. It could be a simple thing as maybe just setting up a kind of Q&A of where you discuss the book, how you came up with the topic, how you wrote it, why you wrote it the way you did, and how you feel maybe you could write other sequels, or you know, how the book more or less came. You know, you could even give maybe snapshots of a simple thing as, you know, the whole plotting, you know, the thumbnail sketch that began maybe on the back of a napkin in the coffee shop that gave you the whole idea, and you know, things like that. So you could lock some of that content away behind an opt-in form. And then again too, maybe if you have maybe a children's book or something like that, you know, an author like that could give away maybe free colouring book images with the characters from the book that they could download and, you know, colour in or whatever they wanted to do. But again, lock away that content behind an opt-in form. And if you make it valuable enough and enticing enough, there's no reason why that person wouldn't want to fill in their form and to get their hands on it. And then competitions, you know, who doesn't love to win a competition? You know, and it's basically all it is just a simple email address. You know, so that's for the cost of an email address, they can, you know, get on the list and have a chance of winning something. But whether I would say to make one of the conditions of the competition would be that all winners are only notified through email, and this would reduce the amount of people that would actually maybe use a spam email to join the competition, maybe it would, rather than giving you a genuine email address. So what you could do is have that as one of the conditions, that all winners are notified. So if anybody, you know, gives you an email address that they don't use regularly, or a kind of one-off email address, it means that if you try to notify them and you can't get in touch with them, well then they can't win the prize. So it'll just kind of reduce those people that are just kind of putting in spam emails and stuff like that, then to just to get into the competition. So things you could offer for readers, it could be maybe kind of Amazon related, maybe it could be vouchers or book vouchers or things like that which you could use. Or, you know, you could offer maybe the first version of your book, you know, a week before it hits the stores, again kind of giving that exclusive kind of bragging rights that you had a chance to read the book before the rest of the world did. You know, if it was a kid's book, maybe you could select the winner and you could name the main character in the book after the person that won the competition, or maybe after their child or whatever. And then again, you could dedicate the book to the winner, you know. So again, making it exclusive and something that gives the winner kind of great bragging rights will, you know, entice people to join your competition. And then again too, what you could do is, even if there is only one kind of grand prize, you know, set up some kind of smaller prize to give to everybody on the list, just as a way of participating and to kind of ease the disappointment. But, you know, it makes people more enticed to go on to join the competition if there's a chance that they're going to guaranteed to win something at least, you know. So that is another way you could entice people to get onto your email list. And then again, a discount page, you know, again, like locking away content on your site, you know, why not lock away a discount page? You know, you could offer shopping carts. For example, if you were doing maybe non-fiction and you had like some kind of video course or something like that you created and it was a particular price, you know, you could lock away a discount voucher code that could only be opened up if the person opted into your email list, and it would redirect them to that discount page. again then too, if you maybe were self-publishing your own fiction work, maybe you could offer the same book that's on sale maybe on Amazon maybe for $3.99, $4.99, and offer it for sale on your site for maybe $1.99 or $2.99. So you're saving the reader a dollar or two, and again just have that discount page locked behind an opt-in form. So if people want to get that discount and save themselves some money, that they will have to opt in first to get to that page. So that has been 4 ways of getting readers to join your email list. Now you're probably wondering, how can I lock all this content and how can I make it uncomplicated for the person at the end of the day, because less and less people are wanting to fill in opt-in forms. More people are inclined to give spam email addresses, and they're also security conscious of kind of giving out their email addresses, because at the end of the day they don't want their email inbox to be just inundated with just emails from everyone. So because of that, then people have got more they've copped on to opting into all these different opt-in forms and things like that. So if you want to lock away that content and make sure that you actually get the genuine subscriber's email address, and make it easy, because in the beginning opt-in forms were a simple kind of first name and email address, but people have got lazy as time has gone on, and then that has gone down to just simply an email address. And now with the advent of Facebook ads and things like that, subscribers are actually getting even more lazier than that, and they're kind of getting used to Facebook's kind of one-click subscription forms that they can now fill out. So if you'd like to lock away your content and make it as easy as simply clicking one button to subscribe to your list, I recommend you go to writecom.com/welcome to Leadyfly, and over on that page on my website, on the Writecom website, you're going to find a great piece of software. If you have a WordPress blog, it works solely on WordPress, and it's a plugin. And what it'll do is it'll lock away that content even more secure than Fort Knox, and make it easy for your subscriber just to subscribe with a simple click. So that my name has been Barry J. McDonald, and this video has been 4 ways authors can get readers to subscribe to their email lists. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.